If you don't breed snakes, you don't have to brumate them at all. And I think we made a kind of an error on it. Because the slots for. Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. I hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. Yep, we had turkeys in our yard. Gobble gobble, Thanksgiving is already here with us. And speaking of the holidays, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and put the link down below because we got some new merch that is available until Christmas time, you guys. It's gonna be Lucifer 666. That's what I'm calling it because of my girl Lucy, you guys. Link it down in the description. Hope you guys can go get it while you can because it's only available for less than a month. So go ahead, go get it while you can, you guys. Merry Christmas and a happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Alright you guys, so back to the main part of this vlog today. I want to cover a topic that's actually really a common theme that's been talked about. Since it's already winter time here in Michigan, snakes and other reptiles go dormant or go into brumations, what we call it for the reptile community. Basically what that means is the animal goes into hibernation for a good maybe 2 to maybe 4 months up here, depending on how long the winter and the cold sticks around for. So I want to cover a topic on how do you brumate your snakes. So let's go ahead and start with that. So basically the first step into helping put your snake into brumation is you gotta stop giving it food, you guys. Technically, it takes mostly, or most people stop feeding them actually for about a 3 to 4 week period, and they let them pass through the remaining portions of food or scraps that are in their stomachs and the inside, because if any of that gets left inside in their stomach during brumation while it's cooled down, you guys, that can actually cause an infection and perish the animal. So, and you don't want that to happen. So that's one of the basic things you got to do. And then after they're done passing everything out from inside their stomach, that's when you can start dropping the temperatures down a little, slowly but surely. Normally, I would recommend, it depends on the species of snakes you're brumating, but take for instance my boy Tyson here, my albino garter snake here. He's probably gonna have to be around 50, maybe 52 degrees Fahrenheit, you guys. So you want it cool but not cold though, and you don't want it too warm. So that's basically for an example for garter snakes there, you guys. But corn snakes and other North American colubrids, pretty basically similar to that, to be honest with you. So that's one of the basic things right there. And also, you might that's one of the basic first steps right there of brumating your snakes. Alright, so now let's say your animal's already set to be down to brumation for the winter for the next maybe like 1, 2, 3 months. What you really should do also before you put them down to sleep is actually find a dark room. Not in here though, because this is an office, and even though it is a little cool in here, it's definitely not really that dark in here. So, but I think the best option I would go with is either maybe in a garage, or maybe not a garage, it's probably a little too cold in there. Maybe like a closet. I'd say a closet, because you know the temperature in there is cool but not too cold. So it's usually like maybe 45, 55 degrees in there, somewhere in between there, so that could work as well. And we might also recommend, for hibernation, you guys, brumation, we can use one of these 28 quart tubs, for example, but normally they're for colubrids, so that's what I would recommend if you guys do own any colubrids, whether it's a corn snake, king snake, milk snake, on and on and on. So 28 quart tub, definitely recommended. And just in case as well, probably drill a few holes here into the side so it can have circulating oxygen coming in and out for it to breathe. Because after all, snakes do have a large lung. They still need oxygen no matter what. So that's the next step there into putting them into brumation. So that's step 2. And by the way, you guys, a little word of advice, well, not really advice, I just wanted to let you know that you don't actually have to brumate your snakes unless you're planning on breeding in the upcoming springtime, you guys. That's really recommended, and the reason actually is that if you're planning on breeding them, that you should brumate them is because with the males actually in brumation, that could actually help them, I forgot what the word was. It helps them with their sperm. I forgot what it was. I'm gonna have to do double check on my search there, you guys. I think it helps them like retain sperm actually, and allows them to actually produce more, something like that. I don't know, I'll double check my research on it, but it does help reproduction actually, to help mate with the females in the upcoming spring. So that's just a little word of advice. But if you're not planning on breeding snakes, you don't have to put them in brumation at all. So just go ahead and keep feeding them as much as you can. But a little reminder though, there may be a chance that your colubrid could all of a sudden just go off the food for a few weeks actually, meaning that it probably must have realized that it's getting cool enough that it's already going into wintertime. And it might have no choice, but maybe it would want to go into brumation. So It's never happened to me. Well, actually, it did happen to me once when I had my boy, when my first snake, Cody, believe it or not, like the very second year I had him, he actually went off the food for like 2-3 weeks on his own. So I cooled him down for a few weeks actually, and then maybe once the new year, once the 17? Yeah, 2017 rolled in, that's when I brought him back out from brumation and he started going back on his food again. So, yep, just want to clarify that for you guys. So, anyway, back to the info. Alrighty, I just grabbed a shower, all feel good and alive and smelling good, you guys. By the way, I'm about to feed my boy Tyson, you guys, but I just opened his cage and guess what I noticed? You guys probably won't even see it, but it looks like he's starting to go opaque because his eyes are kind of changing, or going a little bit dull in color. So, of course, I already know what that means. He's going in the shed, so. But it looks like he is interested for one more mouse before he goes into shed. So I'm going to go ahead and just offer it to him and see if he takes it. Because normally some snakes may refuse a meal when they're in deep shed, but he's probably at the starting stage of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and give him the mouse. So while your animal is in brumation, you guys, you probably may not think about this. How much do they need? How much water do you think they need during brumation? I'll just give them a pretty good amount of water, if you ask me. Why? Because believe it or not, when an animal goes into brumation, they still actually need need to stay hydrated. And for snakes, they also need to do that as well. Even though they're probably not going to drink as much water as they would during brumation, they still need it to stay hydrated, because the only way they can keep their metabolism and their weight secure is they actually drink enough water. If they don't drink any water during brumation for, let's say, a few months, they could actually start losing weight, become thin, and also possibly perish, which you don't want that to happen. So I do think if you do have a water bowl, I would recommend using that. Put it in your animal's little tub actually for brumation, just in case. And also if the water does start drying out, take the bowl out, clean it out, give it fresh water again, as you always would while your animal's being active throughout the year. Alright, we got pizza that just got delivered. Megs?
What?
Did you eat most of these slices here in the box?
No, not me.
Okay, because did you have any pizza or no?
Not yet.
Oh, I wonder who did then. I'm just kidding, you guys. It was me. I ate most of this pizza here, but I mean, my little brother did have some. But are you gonna have any yourself or no?
Of course. I'm not joining the vlog.
Okay. Just wanted to ask if you had any pizza yet or not. She seriously, we gotta get her active a little more. Hey, Mom. So you know my project I'm working on at school, right?
Yeah.
Well, so this past week, we were working on it, and I think we made a kind of an error on it.
Why?
Because the slots for it, I noticed when I put the tub in it, there's like a gap in there, and that's what I wanted to tell you about, like, because we're gonna try and fix it before we try and bring it here.
Yeah.
Because we don't want any snakes crawling right through those gaps.
Right. Otherwise, it's not usable.
True, and I don't want you to have a panic attack.
Yeah. Oh.
Because trust me, you guys, my mom almost had one. Isn't that true? You almost had one.
Well, you've done good so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Jason can figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, the project's not supposed to be due until the end of the year, so that's a good thing. So.
Okay.
But I really want to get it done though, because I want to feel like I want to test it out just to see how well it works. So, anyway.
So other than that though, it's ready?
Not quite yet. So, the first thing we gotta do is fix the issue with the gap thing. So, and then we'll go ahead and add the heat tape on the back frame.
Yeah.
And then we should probably be all set to go with it.
Okay.
Well, I'm picturing it in my head so it can be looking really good. Kind of like my rack system in a way.
So you might have a talent there and you don't even know it.
Maybe. Maybe I can build snake racks or something instead of maybe selling animals, you know? Because, I mean, do you realize how much a normal average snake rack would cost?
Well, yours was 100.
Yeah, but for an average one, it's like over 300. And the ones that are made out of metal, they're like a couple $1,000.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because those are made like by professional like companies that make rack systems.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to tell you that, some interesting fact about that. So,
Okay.
So hopefully we can get my rack system done before the school year ends here. So, I'm a little nervous, but I'm not gonna panic about it. So, we're gonna go ahead and try and figure out the situation. And the last thing you guys should do while brumating your snake is also checking on it. Probably at the minimum, well, maybe an average. Most people check on their colubrids maybe like once a week. But for me, I usually do it maybe once or twice a day to make sure there's nothing wrong with them. Like make sure they're moving around, flicking their tongue. Make sure the temperature is still the same as usual. Even if it switches 1 or 2 degrees off, it's still not a big deal. But I still want to make sure they are still being okay and already are not losing weight, not looking thin, and make sure they got enough water as usual. Like I mentioned before, make sure they got water for brumation because they still need to stay hydrated all winter long. So I think that's pretty much all I gotta say on how to brumate your snakes, but there's probably a whole lot more I still probably don't even know about, you guys, because remember, I'm only 18, you guys, so I'm still learning a lot into the reptile world out there, you guys, so I'm still basically a rookie. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the vlog up here, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, I guess, in a way, like, I guess it's a reptile controversy or controversial subject on how to brumate your snake, you guys. But if you got plenty of more of steps you should do while brumating your snake, go ahead and let people down know in the comments below. Maybe this can help out other future reptile keepers out there that want to breed their snakes out there. You gotta brumate them anyway, but again, if you don't breed snakes, you don't have to brumate them at all, you guys. That's pretty much fine 100% because I don't brumate them at all and they still eat throughout the whole entire winter. So again, gotta go ahead and wrap up the vlog. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, you guys. Check out my second channel down below, you guys. It's always in the link in the description. Make sure you guys have a great weekend, and remember, you guys, I'm gonna see you guys next week.